Hello and welcome to another video with me, Jo from J.H.Leather. In this video I'll be showing you how to sharpen your head knife. Now the methods that I use in this video are what I use to personally sharpen and shape my head knife. If you go on any courses or you go and see any other videos of tool sharpening, they may sharpen their knives differently. That being said, for this tutorial you will need a fine oil stone and some oil. You'll also need some wet and dry sandpaper suitable for use on metalwork. And you will also need a strop board. So I split sharpening your head knife into 3 stages. We've got stage 1 that we'll do on the oil stone, which is shaping the blade and removing any chips that might be in it. Stage 2 is on the wet and dry paper, which will just refine the edge and remove any burrs that happened in stage 1. And stage 3 is polishing the edge and removing any more fine burrs. Now throughout this you want to keep the knife blade symmetrical and work both sides evenly to maintain the profile shown in this picture. So stage 1. We want to get the oil stone out and put a nice amount of oil on it. So we're going to just be refining the edge. If you've got a new knife, it's likely that you'll need to do some shaping on it. If you've got an older knife which has got some dinks in it, this is again what you'll want to be doing to get rid of those and to just shape that edge. So you want to put a nice amount of oil on, and then holding your knife in your dominant hand, you want to just move it in small circles, holding it so that you keep the shape of the blade. So as you can see, I'm just holding it up so it's not flat, it's at a slight angle, and we're just working our way all along that sharp edge that we want to keep or sharpen. You want to make sure you work the whole of the edge of your blade, and you want to do that evenly. So once you've done a few circles one way, flip the knife over and do the same the other way. Now if you've got a oil stone like mine, you can attach it, if it's got the case similar to this, to your workbench. I don't use mine that often, so I haven't attached it to anything. Because like I said, I only use this when the knife needs it, when it's got some dinks in the blade. So you want to check your progress partway through, so just wipe off any of the oil partway through and just see how you're getting on, and make sure that if there are any dinks in the blade, you've ground these out. And remember, you have to work both sides of the blade evenly to keep the edge symmetrical. So once you're happy, you've got your knife to the right shape and there's no dinks in it, we're going to move on to stage 2, which is with the wet and dry paper. So I use the fine stuff, which is P600 here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just get rid of any burrs that have happened as part of the oil stoning. And we're just going to wipe the blade across our sandpaper and then again back again to do both sides evenly. Now you want to make sure you've got a smooth surface for this, so I've put mine on a little cutting block here, just to make sure you don't introduce any dinks or any unevenness to that edge. So in general use, if my knife is a bit blunter than usual, I may do this stage to it and then strop it, but normally I won't. So once you're happy with that, we're going to move on to stage 3, which is the stropping part. Now this bit can take a lot longer than sort of stage 1 and 2, because basically what we're going to do is there will be a burr on the edge of your blade that will go from one side to the other as you strop it. And basically we need to work this off to get that edge of that blade nice and sharp. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this on the strop. My strop is made up of two sides. On one side it's just plain panel hide, and on the other side it's also panel hide, but then it has got a mix of tallow and carborundum powder on that edge, and that is what's going to do the fine polishing and honing of our blade. So what you want to do, similar to stage 2, we're just going to run the knife up one way, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So you want to just place it on and smooth it up. You don't want to do any sort of like wrist action here, because that will change the shape of the edge of the blade, which we don't want. So it's just placing it on, wiping it up at the angle that we've maintained throughout to keep that shape of the blade, and then taking it off. So you can do this quite slowly. I do mine quite fast because I've been doing this for a long time, but it's just work both sides evenly, getting that burr off of the edge and polishing it and just making it nice and sharp. So this is what you'll do to maintain the edge of your blade also. So daily sort of maintenance would be, for me, just stropping my knife on the strop board, usually at the beginning of the day, and that's all it will need. And then if I do get any dinks in it, that's when I will do the whole lot and do maybe stage 2 if it's just a little sort of dink. But if it's quite a few dinks and I feel it needs reshaping, then I will go through this whole process. But like I say, normal everyday maintenance of your knife will be done on this strop board. So you need to remember to at the whole of that cutting edge of your knife to make sure you get the burr off of the whole blade. And basically what I say by a burr is basically a thin sort of little slither of metal that will work its way off, but as you're sharpening it, like we're doing here, it will go from one side to the other until it's finally gone, and that will be what will be causing the bluntness of your blade if you start to use it sooner than it's ready, if that makes sense. And so once you're happy with your edge, you can then flip your strop board over and just polish it up on that plain panel hide side of your strop. Okay, and once you're happy, you've got your knife sharpened, you just want to do the cutting and skiving test. So with a bit of scrap leather, I normally just cut an egg point and then just try and skive it, and your knife should go through it quite easily, as mine does here. If you do have trouble at all, it may be that you've still got a bit of burr on the edge of that cutting blade and you'll just need to strop it a bit more. And like I said, knife sharpening, it takes a bit of time to get used to, but once you've done it, obviously the more you do it, the easier it will get for you. Okay, and that's it. That is how I sharpen my knife. If you liked the video, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos and tutorials. Also, if you're interested in getting a knife like mine, I have had quite a few people ask where I get it from. I actually got it handmade by my friend Dennis from Celtic Knife Craft on Etsy, and I will link his store below. So if you want to get one, pop him an email and he will get back to you as soon as he can. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.